Extreme weather is no longer a future threat. It's happening now, and it's accelerating. But nature has answers, if we're willing to listen and plant. In the United States alone, extreme heat kills more people every year than all other natural disasters combined, floods, tornadoes, and hurricanes included. The last 10 years have been the 10 hottest in recorded history. Cities are baking, and globally, more than 500,000 people die from heat-related causes every single year. The people most at risk, children, the elderly, those without air conditioning, have the fewest options. Trees planted in cities and neighborhoods have the documented power to reduce surface temperatures by up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. 10 degrees. That is the difference between a dangerous heat event and a survivable one. A landmark study modeled what would have happened if we'd increased urban greenery by just 30% between 2000 and 2019. The result? More than 1/3 of all global heat-related deaths over 2 decades could have been prevented. In 2024, the Arbor Day Foundation planted or distributed 1.5 million trees across 409 projects in 27 U.S. states. Nearly 1/3 of those projects were specifically aimed at reducing lethal heat. But the role of trees goes far beyond shade. Forests are one of the most powerful carbon capture technologies on the planet, and unlike any machine we've built, they self-replicate, self-repair, and have been doing this work for 350 million years. Through reforestation, replanting trees on previously deforested land, and afforestation, planting trees on land that has never had forest cover, we can pull enormous quantities of CO2 directly out of the atmosphere. 2.5 gigatons every year. And that's today, with existing forest projects. Research published in Nature projects that with the right carbon incentives, forests could sequester up to 8 gigatons of CO2 per year by 2050, with reforestation and afforestation accounting for the single largest share of that potential. Consider this: urban areas are responsible for roughly 75% of all human-caused CO2 emissions. Planting and preserving trees inside and around those cities isn't just environmental beautification, it's a direct countermeasure aimed at the source. The World Economic Forum estimates that nature-based solutions like forests could deliver 1/3 of all the emissions reductions the world needs by 2030. Carbon isn't the only thing trees remove from our air. Every leaf is a microscopic filtration system, and at scale, urban forests represent one of the most effective air purification networks ever assembled. 711,000 tons of particulate matter every year, just from U.S. urban trees. Trees clean the air in 3 distinct ways. First, through stomatal uptake. The tiny pores on leaves draw in gaseous pollutants like ozone, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and carbon monoxide. Once inside the leaf, these gases react with inner surfaces and are permanently converted. Gone. Second, through surface adsorption. Waxy and textured leaf surfaces act like natural filters, trapping fine particulate matter, PM 2.5 and PM 10, along with smoke and dust. Rain then washes these particles from the leaf into the soil, away from our lungs. And third, through phytoremediation. Root-associated microbes and leaf tissues absorb and break down volatile organic compounds, VOCs like benzene, formaldehyde, and toluene, compounds that cause serious long-term health damage in urban and industrial environments. The cumulative list of pollutants trees filter reads like the index of an industrial chemistry textbook. PM 2.5, PM 10, ozone, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, benzene, formaldehyde, toluene. Every tree is doing this work, silently, every day.
Now consider the wind.
Hot winds don't just feel dangerous, they are dangerous. They strip moisture from soil, accelerate wildfires, spread airborne pollutants, and carry heat deep into communities and crops. It was the devastation of the 1930s Dust Bowl that first taught America what happens when you strip the land of trees. The solution then was shelter belts, rows of trees planted as wind barriers across the Great Plains. The solution now is the same, deployed at new scale. A properly designed tree windbreak protects a zone extending 30 times the height of the trees on its leeward side. A 40-foot tree belt protects 1,200 feet of land behind it. And it does more than just slow the wind. Windbreaks reduce home heating and cooling costs by up to 30%. They lower effective temperatures by as much as 10 degrees Fahrenheit as hot, desiccating winds are slowed and humidity is retained. Soil moisture increases by up to 50% in protected zones, making crops more resilient and reducing the need for irrigation during droughts. Trees don't just survive extreme weather. Strategically placed, they reshape it.
Beneath the surface of the Pacific,
Off the coast of California, another battle is being fought and won. Kelp forests are the rainforests of the sea. They support entire ecosystems, sequester carbon, and do something remarkable for our coastlines. They absorb the force of ocean waves. A study funded by USC Sea Grant, measuring water chemistry at restored kelp beds at Palos Verdes and Monterey, California, found that healthy kelp forests measurably reduce wave energy and improve conditions for ocean life threatened by acidification and hypoxia. The Bay Foundation has spent 12 years restoring kelp off the Palos Verdes Peninsula. As of 2025, they've brought back over 80 acres of kelp forest, protecting the shoreline, rebuilding ecosystems, and pulling carbon dioxide from the ocean as it grows. And in Monterey Bay, researchers found that denser, more sheltered kelp forests withstood the catastrophic 2014-2016 Pacific marine heat wave, proving that restoration and conservation make these ecosystems genuinely more resilient.
none of this is theoretical.
The science is clear, the projects are real, and the opportunity is right now. Here is what each of us can do. Support urban canopy programs. Trees in underserved neighborhoods don't just beautify, they cool, they filter, and they save lives. Invest in reforestation and afforestation at scale with diversity. Mixed species forests store 36% more carbon than monocultures. This isn't a feel-good exercise, it is measurable, verifiable climate infrastructure. Advocate for windbreak programs in agriculture, in urban planning, in coastal development. The physics is simple. Trees slow wind, and wind carries heat. Stop one, reduce the other. And back coastal kelp restoration. Organizations like the Bay Foundation are doing this work right now, off the coasts of Palos Verdes and Monterey. They need funding, volunteers, and policy support.
The climate crisis
Is enormous. No single solution solves it. But trees, on land, in cities, on farms, along coastlines, and kelp, beneath the waves, are not waiting for a breakthrough. They are the breakthrough, available right now, today, at scale. They pull carbon, they filter our air, they shield us from wind and heat, they hold our coasts together, and every single one starts as a seed. The answer has roots.